Hello, what is up everyone? It is I am the one and only Ray the Flying Squirrel here, and right from the get-go there is a whole bunch of rain just managed able to calm down. And to top it all off, I get this strong sense of feeling that Fury Bowser might able to show up at any moment's notice. So yeah, anyway, and I am the one and only Mighty the Armadillo here, and we are back for some more yet again for the likes of the Mercy Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Super Mario 3D World, plus Bowser's Fury for the Nintendo Switch, in the Bowser's Fury section, or to be more specifically, the Bowser's Fury portion of this playthrough. So, yeah, last time we basically just managed to get started with the game, and in addition to able to get things started with the main game, we also managed to able to realize that we actually collected about 26 cat shines in the first part of the forms of Bowser's Fury playthrough. And today, for this episode in particular, is the fact that we're still able to continue things on several of objectives, and especially noticeable we can able to collect even more cat shines eventually, and as well as from that though, we can able to actually explore onto new selections of environmental places here and there during the course of the, Lake Lapcat environment. So, yeah, that pretty much summed up as such though, and from the start we've already got ourselves our first cat shine in the video from the likes of those Fury blocks that we can able to only let Fury Bowser destroys. So because of that though, hopefully we can able to actually just to go back into some of these familiar locations and all that stuff. So either way though, chances are though, not much else to really say about this for the most part. So, well, apart from the fact that we've only just got about 4 more days to go until specifically Mario Party Superstars is going to be on its way now. So because of that, jeez, I can't even believe we've only got about 4 days to go now. So, yeah, I can't even believe that time itself just went flying by all of a sudden. Especially noticeable that we are very, very excited with the actual new installment of the Mario Party game nonetheless. But it's actually kind of a good thing that we actually getting the second installment of the Nintendo Switch Mario Party game, because after all, with this amazing success with the Super Mario Party game, but chances are though that we can definitely can't wait to try out the second Mario Party game on the Switch. I'm not exactly sure if they are able to actually bring in the third entry in the Switch though, but then again, we'll have to wait and find out and during at some point, God knows, until 3 years time or something, or perhaps even maybe, God knows, they might able to go for 4 games for the Switch lineup for Mario Party games, but then again though, we have to wait and see what happens in the future. But I digress. So yeah, because of this though, what Mighty has already mentioned is the fact that because we've only got 4 more days left until the next Mario Party game, which is Mario Party Superstars on the Switch, this means that yes, today's day is of course the 25th of October already, in this case in 2021. And suffice to say that we've only got about also during that time, we've only got about 6 days left until specifically this year's Halloween. So because of that though, I don't think we can able to actually celebrate it something related to Halloween, well apart from the fact that we can able to head back into Luigi's Mansion 3 for the sake of likely Scare Scraper mode, and especially noticeable because since that about the fact that that game is like, oh no, we really refused able to actually just to like, well, die at certain points, but thankfully we have managed to get the gosh darn cat shine, Mario! But at least we got it at the end. And also, since we've managed able to got 2 cat shines on that particular location, so in this case, we actually 100% everything on that particular location. So, yeah, and so far, we've actually got about 28 of those cat shines so far. So because of that though, well, so far for this video, that we only got 2 of them at the moment, but hopefully we'll get some more for the sake of the forms of the later locations to able to explore through. So let's just go ahead and just hop on to Plussy right here, so just in case we can able to actually just, it looks like that Fury Bowser is almost gonna come back up again. So at least we'll wait until whenever we're able to actually see him again, whenever the raindrops will start to come by. Or, potentially speaking, that we could probably try to able to stumble across the forms of, well, it looks like that Fury Bowser is going to be showing up at any moment's notice. So, of course, though, we still need to able to try to find the Fury blocks around here, so hopefully we'll try to find that before we take care of the rest of this particular Colosseum section. So, and of course, much like in Super Mario 3D World, that you're still able to stumble across the forms of those familiar Luigi Easter eggs, despite the fact that you can't play as Luigi in this game, sadly, just because of how the fact that it's going to be Mario the whole way through, which we honestly don't mind. But as far as I'm concerned, they actually did manage to reveal a lot of mods for it. Like, for instance, playable characters ranging from, you know, playable Luigi, or playable Peach, playable Toad, and even Rosalina, and especially noticeable with the forms of Sonic the Hedgehog as well. So yeah, there's quite a lot of mods out there for the sake of likely a Bowser's Fury game and stuff like that. So yeah, that seems pretty impressive, all things considered. Despite it might actually still retain the Mario's voice clips on certain characters, which yeah, that might be something worth noting for, which kind of reminds me of a similar thing from the likes of Super Mario Odyssey, that in Super Mario Odyssey, that you only play as Mario throughout the whole entire adventure, while every once in a while though, during the course of the later years, they started able to actually doing some more character mods and all that stuff, which, yeah, that does seem to look like it's going to be huge excitement when it comes to certain things worth noting for. But usually, relatively speaking, that's as far as I can usually try to discuss upon. So anyways, we got ourselves another Cat Shine, and so far we actually collected 3 so far, so that leads us to 29 Cat Shines. So anyways, let's go and use Bowser Jr. to able to actually paint up this little graffiti stuff there, so that way we can get ourselves our power-up, which is of course the Fire Flower that we do definitely need. So oh, and also during around that time is the fact that not long now until specifically Pokemon Diamond, Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shiny Pearl is going to be on its way to the Nintendo Switch at some form or another. Oh, really? That stupid Bob-omb just managed to explode right in front of our faces. But hopefully we'll try this again, and yeah, that seems kind of awkward right there, especially noticeable because usually, relatively speaking, that we were going to be able to do like a ground pound technique, but oh, why did I just do that? Okay, whatever. We'll keep trying, especially noticeable that the Bob-omb does manage to respawn, thankfully. So, why do I just kick it? And we're still missing one of those you know, Cat Shine shards left, so yeah, sometimes I will have to admit the right away is the fact that the actual, the Cat Shine shards can be a bit difficult to find, which, that's okay for us though, because, actually, let me just take a hit, and then we'll able to use our regular mushroom for the power-up sake, and, oh jeez, it looks like we actually stumbled across that particular battle arena that has filled to the brim with those little holes, which, if I recall correctly, it has spikes. So, yeah, this one makes things a bit tricky and difficult every now and then, especially noticeable as far as what the objective of this mission is concerned is now, is the final bout against with Cat Boom Boom, and I get the horrible feeling, oh, wait a minute, we got hurt from that spikes. So yeah, that's what happens right there if you somehow die on the actual Bowser's Fury mode. And that, as you saw, that we actually lose coins. You know, very similar to the forms of Super Mario Odyssey, that basically you lose coins if you somehow take a death. However, unlike the forms of how it does it on Super Mario Odyssey, that if you every time you die, then you lose like 10 coins, whilst in here, you lose about 50 of those coins. So, yeah, that rather seems way too much. But apart from those aside things, though, is the fact that you don't need to worry about the forms of constantly manage to take, you know, several deaths during the course of Bowser's Fury mode, because obviously, you know, as far as we already mentioned this earlier, is that this mode has no life system. So because of that, though, yeah, you probably get the idea of how this will go. So, yeah, anyway, let's just go ahead and try this battle again, and this time we're able to be fully powered up within Cat Power-Up. So, come on, Cat Boom Boom, for the third time, for hopefully trying to deal with you. And by that time, though, assuming if we're able to still need to try to find the last Cat Shard, or anything else to be more specific. Oh, seriously, this is kind of tricky, honestly. I think this is easily, without doubt, the hardest mission throughout, probably because of the forms of, well, it's not necessarily the hardest mission in the whole entire Bowser's Fury yet, though, but that honor goes until later on. And talking of the devil, that Fury Bowser's gonna come back, so hopefully, first of all, we'll grab ourselves our next cat shine. So I think at this point we actually got about 30 cat shines now. So because of that, though, hopefully we're able to get some more until whenever we get into the next few areas. So yeah, that might be seems the case here. So let's just go ahead and ground pound this thing and ground pound another long block thing ever since in Super Block Land from the likes of World Star in, you know, Super Mario 3D World game. So hopefully we would be able to catch a ride on Plusty here. Oh, jeez Louise! He just managed to show up right in front of our face. But hopefully we'll get away from him at some point, and I can see those, you know, some more Fury blocks over there, so hopefully we're able to try to explore Tricky Tower. Okay, so hopefully we'll try to do this this particular location first before we move on to the forms of the next section. So come on, Fury Bowser, just hop on to the next part. Thank you. And because of that, though, we'll just have to once again wait for him to do fire breathing technique, and as soon as he destroys those Fury blocks, then we'll get another cat shine. So how's that for that? So yeah, hopefully we should be able to actually just lit up the actual lighthouse, as you can see, and basically it deals a bit of some damage for you know, Fury Bowser. So yeah, and then eventually he'll be able to actually be gone for a while. So yeah, you get the idea about that. So yeah, aside from all that stuff we would like to mention, though, I must be honest here, there's not much else I can talk about, aside from the fact that, well, usually potentially speaking, that, until by that time, I just realized about something, is the fact that, one thing that, Jewel hasn't mentioned about ever since in Mario Party 6, that, apparently, though, that Kirby's Return to Dreamland, the actual Nintendo Wii title, for, American releases for that time, that game is now 10 years old now, which, very, very so shocking about the fact that the most beloved Kirby game is now 10 years old now. And same applies to the forms of Pokemon Rumble Blast, well, or aka Super Pokemon Rumble on the European country. Well, despite the fact that we didn't get the game until later on in 2011, so even then though, that's usually relatively speaking, that we didn't get the game in day one. Unfortunately, for Kirby's Return to Dreamland or Kirby's Adventure Wii, just because of the forms of the fact that, as you noticed, back in the forms of, you know, Christmas 2011 unboxing video special, if you want to, guys want to check it out, if you can, that, basically, despite the forms of the lack of widescreen support, as well as a very, very, very awful, like, camera quality and everything else to be more specific, so, yeah, that might be set up as such. And also we got that familiar, like, blue, like, platform kind of stuff like this ever since in, World Bowser in one of those levels in, Super Mario 3D World. So, yeah, but even then, once again, that's, you got to recommend able to use the ground pound at all times, just in case you don't be bothered able to actually just try to fall off every once in a while. So, oh, sweet, we actually got all 5 of those cat shards, or cat shine shards, as far as I like to call them. So because of that, though, hopefully that we pretty much completed that particular objective right there. So in fact, I almost thought to myself about the fact that back in the forms of in 2020, that whenever this game was actually first announced from the likes of the Super Mario Bros. 35th Anniversary Direct, that I first of thought that with those lighthouses in mind, that I first of thought it's going to be taking place like something like a similar aspect as in the forms of shrines from the likes of Breath of the Wild, but apparently it doesn't. So because of that, though, all it gets is basically that if you see those glowing spots on top of the actual, like, the cat's lighthouse building, basically if you try to ground pound on that particular glowing spot on top, basically it actually reveals any kind of, like, any random power-ups, which it might be pretty useful, though, especially noticeable if you're almost running out of your power-ups storage on your storage space. Then basically you can able to actually just take them whenever you want to go. So even then though, because unlike in New Super Mario Bros. U, on both on the Wii U and the Switch versions, is that, well, basically it's the fact that you only have to carry like 10 items at a time. Whilst in here though, specifically that if we stumble across the forms of well, to be more specifically, the Lucky Bell power-up for the likes of Super Mario 3D World, that if we somehow manage to find that, then obviously that with the forms of the item storage in this particular adventure, obviously as we said this before, for each power-up you can only take up to like 5 power-ups at a time. And that actually makes it a grand total of, well, technically 30 power-ups you can able to carry as your leisure, which is pretty cool, I must say, because, well, because obviously you can able to carry up to like 5 cat bells or super bells, if to be more specific, and super mushrooms, and a fire flower, boomerang flower, and tanuki leaf, or a super leaf for that matter. And especially noticeable if we stumble across the forms of well, the Lucky Bell, then we can probably carry 5 more, so that makes a grand total of 30 power-ups you can able to actually hold for your storage. So that seems quite a lot. Yeah, especially noticeable that every time you get hit, then you can able to actually quickly, you know, pause the game for a bit while trying to able to simply select the actual whatever items you want to choose. And then basically you can able to actually just to do just that. So anyway, so we got ourselves another cat shine, because after all, that we actually did manage to explore quite a few bits and bobs here and there. But either way though, let's not get ahead of ourselves at this point, because either way though, let's move on to the next section, which is Crisp Climb Castle, which means that we only have to like deal with like make the lighthouse shine. So either way though, in fact, is there any Fury blocks around here somewhere? Well, I can assure you there might be one in here somewhere though, but I could have sworn that it might be... Nah, it doesn't look like we can't do anything in there at the moment, because we do need to able to let the lighthouse to shine, but actually, is there anything else in here? No, it doesn't look like it, although... Nah, it might not look like we can't do anything in there at the moment, while Fury Bowser was actually going to distract us or anything, so we'll be back for that eventually, so don't worry. So either way though, we'll just continue things on here, and yeah, there are a few rare occasions that in certain spots, on certain locations, on specific islands, like for instance, for example, that basically we stumbled across the green pipe as you see, and basically, oh geez, that was actually pretty close right there. Even especially noticeable that, oh, can we able to actually get that the cat shine from up there? Well, God knows until whenever we get ourselves our good little jump that we need to make, so hopefully we should be able to get this, and that should able to let Fury Bowser go away. So yeah, that pretty much stepped up from there, so but hopefully we'll try to deal with the forms of one of those Fury blocks at some point or another in the future. So for now on though, we're pretty much gonna have to continue things on in you know, Crisp Climb Tower, so hopefully we'll try to able to deal with that. But first things first though, let's head back in here for the next mission, the Blue Coin Bustle. So hopefully we'll try to able to collect, you know, quite a few blue coins here and there. I will have to admit though right away, getting these blue coins on several locations can be a bit tricky at times, because you obviously still need to cooperate with the forms of the time limit and everything, so at least despite the fact that it doesn't show us the actual specific time you've got left, although, yeah, that might be something worth classifying for noticing this, so... Oh, and also another thing too is the fact that recently the My Little Pony, a new generation film, has been out for about a month ago now. So yeah, ever since Journey Forms have been the 24th of September. So because of that though, and yeah, we feel like we can able to watch that film again from time to time. At least thankfully we don't need to pay real money for the sake of the forms of premiere access on certain films, unlike in the forms of several other films on Disney Plus sometimes, that, you know, most of the time you always have to force to pay real money if you really want able to see the film as in an alternative way on premiere access, and I personally think that's kind of a bit too much for my taste. I think we're pretty much used to the point with the forms of the Netflix system that everything else is free for the most part. Well, apart from the fact that with some couple of exceptions, mind you, Mighty, but still, I'm really able to actually just to like, well, not much else to say about this for the most part, and I do apologize for the actual like some belchiness at the moment because, well, again, there's not much else I can say, because, well, I'm just, you know, pretty dang hyped about the forms of this coming Friday for able to finally get a chance to play the next Mario Party game for quite some time at this point, or even for quite a long time actually, ever since about 3 years ago for Super Mario Party. So, yeah, at least we still can't wait to play the new game, so, because we are literally so desperate to play a next new Mario Party game, although, as far as doing a Let's Play of the next Mario Party game, Mario Party Superstars, as we said this countless amount of times already, that we're not exactly ready for that yet, because obviously, though we still got, you know, Jewel is still going to be able to carry on playing Mario Party 6, and eventually in 2022, then hopefully we'll caught up for the rest of the series by, you know, trying to deal with Mario Party 7, and Mario Party 8, and once we're done with these, then we're basically moving on to Mario Party Superstars. And I don't know about the future points of the Mario Party retrospective of Let's Plays and during that time, that basically that we still got a bit of redo Let's Plays for Mario Party DS or something, but again, we still have no clue of when that's gonna able to become a thing, because obviously that's well, we're still playing the, this game, of course, so... Oh, sorry, Crisp Climb Castle. I'd like to able to actually just to apologize for that. A bit of mistake with that particular location's name, by the way, because again, it has been, like, 3 days ago since we actually last touched this, because after all, that Jewel is still going to be able to try to play Mario Party 6 until, you know, Mario Party Superstars will be on its way in during at some point in this Friday, so... I gotta say though, I really love the music in this particular place, even though it doesn't last for long, because Fury Bowser's gonna show up eventually, so... That's okay, I suppose, because I honestly have to admit though right away is the fact that I really do enjoy the forms of the Fury Bowser's theme in the background, because it almost feels like it's kind of intense, or in this case, engaging, whenever you're able to actually hear the actual electric guitar in the background. You know, kind of like the forms of how it does it on the regular Bowser battle in Super Mario 3D World. So, yeah, that might be set up as such, so... Anyways, in this particular location, as you see, that basically we have to get a lot of usage on the forms of those little cart-like, cartwheel objects, as you see, we're gonna have to able to get used to with. Oh, and another thing is worth mentioning for this point, Mighty, is the fact that it's been 10 years ago since we actually did manage to have ourselves Rio, the first film, on DVD. Oh yeah, I just realized that now. And especially noticeable with the forms of we actually got The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D for the Nintendo 3DS during the same time when we actually had Rio for the DVD. Jeez, it's been 10 years ago, wasn't it? Which I suppose that usually Jewel hasn't mentioned about this either, just because she managed able to discuss upon the forms of some extra modes in Mario Party 6. So, yeah, that pretty much stopped up as such, so... There we go, we basically just managed able to get another cat shine, and now we can able to actually do some more stuff here and there now, so, yeah, that's pretty much all sorted by then, so... Although we still need to try to find those specific cat shards, or the cat shine shards, as you can see on screen, so because of that though, so far we've only found 2 of them at the moment, but we still need to find the other 3, so, even I know that what makes things a bit trickier, just like in the moon shards from Super Mario Odyssey, that basically sometimes they can be pretty well hidden for those of you ever first time experiencing those specific stuff like this. In fact, whenever first time we actually play this mode, back in the forms of in February, during that time though, that we somehow almost got confused and lost in these places sometimes, because of how the fact that with these little specific like cat shine shards that could be very well hidden. So, but at least thankfully we did manage to play the game from time to time back in February. At least we pretty much know what we're gonna do, so... Anyway, so let's double check what's back there. So it looks like that we stumbled across these familiar enemies from the likes of... Oh, there's the Fury blocks down there. So hopefully we'll try to sort this out until specifically later on. Until when Fury Bowser will show up again. Speaking of Fury Bowser though, Mighty, is the fact that I don't suppose that we might able to try to deal with him anytime soon. Because obviously that we need to... Still need to collect some more cat shines in the future. Oh, there are some few moments noticed that sometimes there's several other cat shines that does require Plussy in order to able to actually make our way to the actual cat shine itself. That sometimes it can be ranging from jumping through ramps and going through some very difficult obstacles, like, you know, trying to jump over and stuff like that, so... But again, the only useful tip of Wario is the fact that if you're trying to dive in with Plussy and try to jump at the exact right timing, then basically you can get yourselves a bit of a boost here if you try to do a jump boost and stuff like that, which I will say that is the most useful ability that he can able to muster. So yeah, that's pretty cool and stuff like that. So anyways, let's I don't think this it doesn't do anything if you manage able to try to like... Actually, is that the last mission that we can do? Yeah, this is the last mission we can do in this particular location. That's what appears to be, of course, another time switch challenge. So, specifically if you try to go for these little obstacles, as you can see. So, yeah, hopefully we'll try to able to be very cautious around here. So, yeah, and eventually that's, well, if you're trying to able to keep on doing a lot of ground pounds here and there, like we just keep on doing right there, then you would able to get the next cat shine within no sweat. And yeah, if you manage to stumble across the forms of, you know, the black paint goop stuff on top of the forms of that lighthouse, as you saw, that, despite the fact that we, managed to already accomplish the mission, though, Mighty. Oh, right. That, if you somehow manage to get hit by the actual, like, paint black goop, you take damage, so something you need to be very cautious about. So, alright, let's see what the next mission is going to be. Hurry, fly through the frost. So, that'll be the next objective we can do. So, it's going to be another one of those time-based challenges here and there. So, yeah, I think that pretty much summed up as such. So, oh my goodness, okay. Oh, jeez, I think I somewhat messed this up. Or actually, is it possible that I could... Ah, darn it, I did not meant to do a dive. Oh well, we'll keep trying though. We'll keep trying. And I don't know if it's just me, but I'm pretty sure that every time that, you know, very similar to the Power Moons from the likes of Super Mario Odyssey, then I'm pretty sure that if you manage to able to try to collect the already collected cat shines or something, I'm pretty certain that you were able to actually get additional coins or something. Then again though, it has been about, you know, 8 months ago since we actually last touched upon Bowser's Fury mode. So, although, as I saw those couple of rain coming down, and I get the feeling that Fury Bowser will show up. So we'll just wait here until when Fury Bowser shows up again. And, yeah, it looks like that, it seems kind of weird that, Plussy wasn't going to be, scared of, Fury Bowser, but, either way though, let's just wait until when he decides to do the flamethrower attack, and, try to dodge it, and there we go, another cat shine. Yeah, it seems like we've pretty much almost done with this the majority of this part of the area of, well, Lake Lapcat, so... Yeah, by that time, whenever we keep on collecting more cat shines, then we might assume that we could able to actually access to the possibilities of the final area of the game, if possible. Well, despite the fact that this is going to be the shortest run through for the sake of like Bowser's Fury portion. So, anyway, so let's go ahead and try this mission objective again for the 3rd time in a row, and hopefully we'll get this for reals this time around, because for the first attempt we screwed up by the forms of a bit of a dive move, and especially noticeable in the second attempt because we got distracted by the forms of Fury Bowser's appearance. So, oh, can we make it? Can we make it? Oh, jeez, this is gonna be so close. But anyway, there we go. We got the cat shine there, and of course, since I see that familiar cat shine shard, then we can probably able to obtain that by using the actual propeller box. So, thankfully, at least we found that, and now we need to find the fifth and final one. So, it might be somewhere in these little segments here. So, yeah, as I said before, that I really do enjoy this music right away, because it always reminds me like a Christmassy vibe. Well, despite the fact though, Ray, we've only got about 2 months to go until specifically Christmas, so don't get your hopes up just yet though, because, well, we still got a lot of like days to go. Yeah, especially noticeable specifically for 2 months to go actually, so because you know we're on the 25th. So speaking of that particular moment's notice, that Wii Party U is now becoming 8 years old, and specifically in the UK release. So at least if I'm assuming that correctly, but even then though, it has been quite a long time since we actually did manage to play Wii Party U. That's because we pretty much used to with Mario Party. So because of that though, that, God knows, once we finish up with the forms of the majority of the Mario Party series of Let's Plays or something like that, maybe we can probably do with the forms of the duology Let's Plays of Wii Party and Wii Party U at some point. Well, if depending on the forms of time length though, because obviously that I know that it has been about a couple of days since we actually did manage to able to get back into this game, so yeah, I was thinking about though, Mighty, because of well, we still got a whole lot of things to go. So either way though, well, generally speaking, I will say this right now, that we're pretty much almost at the halfway point in terms of Bowser's Fury mode. So yeah, that seems kind of shocking if you ask me, because as I said before, that this is going to be a shortest playthrough bit of the two, just because of the forms of how in fact it almost kind of reminds me like a tech demo or something, but even then I have no words to think about it. So anyway, so I get the feeling, oh, there's a switch over there, so this means that this is going to be another one of those enemy rampaging missions. So sure enough, it is. That's obviously we're gonna have to deal with the forms of those cat cheeps, as well as those cat-like ice pokies and stuff like that, or snow pokies as far as I like to call them. So yeah, because obviously we ended up in the icy environment right there, which means that we still need to rely on the forms of ice physics every once in a while. So yeah, you get the idea about that. So there we go. We got ourselves another cat shine, and that leads us to now 43. So 43 cat shines we actually gotten so far out of 100. So yeah, because the reason why we say 100 cat shines is that unlike in the Super Mario Odyssey, that's basically, yeah, that particular Fury Shadow right there, it does feel similar to Luigi. Like, God knows why that Luigi wasn't playable in this mode, sadly, but either way, it just goes and just, well, it's kind of hard to say about this, I'm afraid, so. But anyway, though, let's just go ahead and deal damage on Fury Shadow, so at least we can able to expect that we can able to, like, get back here. Actually, I'll be back for that later, because I get the feeling that we might probably do another mission objective before we're able to deal with that, the Fury Shadow and stuff like that, which that could be something related to if we head back into Ruins Giga Bell, which somehow has already been activated if we made it there. Actually, let's go ahead and deal the bit of damage on Fury Bowser while we're able to do some more things here and there before anything else happens to be. So even though that's since that we've almost at the specific point that well, it's kind of hard to explain because I know that it's been 3 days ago since, you know, we went back into this basically. So anyway, now he's got some more attacks now, so in this case he's going to be doing this attack right now, and if he does that attack, basically he'll spread even more black paint goop, and basically the black goop will slow you down, so, and okay, so you can able to tip him over just like that, if you try to do a proper cat sweep or swipe attack, and well, if you think this phase is done, nah, it wasn't, because he still only got a half portion of his health left, so, yeah, we're not done with him yet, though, so, well, it might be a good opportunity that we can able to actually just to, well, still collect even more cat shines eventually, so... Although, the only drawback with the forms of using that, you know what the forms of that amiibo functionality that we've already used, at least in ever since in the first part of the forms of Bowser's Fury? Unfortunately though, you can only use it once per day. Well, specifically if you manage to get into the beginning portion of this particular playthrough. However, here's the thing though, that if you manage to able to beat the main game for the first time, then basically that you would be able to actually just have the ability to able to scan in your Bowser amiibo at any point rapidly, rather than just trying to wait for about a few minutes notice. So, yeah, it kind of does a bit similar thing for the likes of how it does it on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate sometimes, with the forms of the spirit boards in mind. Oh, and by the way, if you get into the forms at the top of the lighthouse, then basically the game tells you some specific hints or tips and tricks here and there. So anyways, let's fling ourselves back into where we came from, although it doesn't take us that much distance there, but hopefully we can able to do right on that plussy again, so at least thankfully we're able to have this option, so... Anyway, let's try this mission again, but hopefully... Oh, please don't tell me I'm gonna get hit. Yep, I got hit. During on that particular cinematic scene. That's just terrific. But hopefully we'll try to bring the Super Leaf and try to replace it as Fire Mario, so just in case we can able to shoot fireballs at Fury Shadow, or to be more specifically Shadow Luigi, but either way though, because he was in like a familiar model and stuff like that, so yeah, we're probably gonna take care of this mission for now, and yeah, that pretty much summed up as such, so get back here. Okay, he's only got one hit left, so hopefully he'll be down for good, while trying to able to do some whole bunch of I just got hit. And somehow we disappeared for a second, which is mainly because every time you get hit, depending on what power-ups you use, basically that you get like invincibility frames and all that stuff. Yeah, it seems true, as we already noticed by this point, so there we go, we've basically completed everything on that area, or that particular location I should say, so have we got enough time to do like, one more mission or something? Maybe we could do that, especially noticeable about the fact the matter is though, is that we've almost had 45 cat shines and all that stuff though, so I think we'll try to able to do this anyway, so in fact, relatively speaking, if we able to hit over to, actually no matter what though, I think that, let me double check on something, because I know that there might be something missing around here, but usually relatively speaking, I get the feeling that, well, I wasn't paying attention, because either way though, that, I was gonna thinking of something else that we can do, but unfortunately we ran out of time for this point, so yeah, suffice to say, I think we should probably end things off here, so join us next time for more of Let's Play of Super Mario 3D World, plus Bowser's Fury, in the Bowser's Fury portion of the game. Basically, we still need to collect even more cat shines, and eventually trying to deal with Fury Bowser again, but this time around though with a proper match or something. So yeah, we'll see you guys until tomorrow. Yep, later fellas.